Last time we left off, Goku arrived on the scene and was showing Berter and Jace exactly why he's that guy. Barely using an ounce of his real strength, Goku proceeded to make child's play out of two of the galaxy's most elite warriors before finally deciding that he was bored and hitting Berter with the two-piece of the century, leaving him assed out in the mud while his supposed comrade Jace left him for dead to tell Daddy Ginyu what just popped off. While Jace was letting Ginyu know that the Force is going to have to come up with a whole new set of choreography and open up those Ohio Means Jobs applications real quick, Vegeta went demon mode and snapped Berter's neck while he was KO'd and shot a hot one in Raccoon's cheeks, making sure the two would never be heard from again. Before Goku and the gang could even properly ask Vegeta what was he on, Jace arrived back to the scene with Big Papa Ginyu to show his uppity Saiyan just how outclassed he really is. Thinking fast, Goku asked Krillin and Gohan to track down the Dragonballs while he and Vegeta put some hands on Jace and Ginyu, thinking that Vegeta's recent power boost after eating the perk 30 Goku gave him earlier should help level the playing field. Vegeta's like, yup, I got you. And then the moment everybody starts squaring up, Vegeta hits the Danny Phantom and goes ghost, leaving Goku behind to deal with Ginyu and Jace by himself. This man was a straight villain in this arc, boy. I cannot tell y'all how much I low-key miss the devious ass Vegeta who was only out for himself. If your name was not Dragon Ball, this man did not give a damn about you, and I can't help but respect the dude's dedication to the cause. The moment the Prince of All Backstabs runs out the cut, Ginyu comes charging in with an elbow directly to Goku's mouth. Then Buddy disappears around his back and tries to karate chop dude on some Captain Spock Star Trek type energy. Goku ducks out of the way of that nonsense and the two-star trading blows back and forth before Ginyu gains some distance on him. But then Goku tries to kick this man and he all of a sudden disappears into thin air. It gets eerily quiet for a little bit. Then out of nowhere, Ginyu emerges from the Namekian soil like a Diglett from Pokemon, socking this man square in his jaw before charging after him again. Please don't ask me the mechanics of this move or how he managed to pull this off, because I swear to this day, I am still trying to figure out how Buddy was navigating underground like that. And I gotta tell y'all, probably the best part of this entire scrap is the random ass Looney Tunes type beat moves Ginyu is hitting this man Goku with. Captain Suckass does a little cute spinny spin off a local Namekian tree before he kicks Goku about 60 feet in the air. Then he follows this up with a literal Tasmanian devil spin before kicking him yet again and watch him fly into the water. Captain Ginyu the type of dude to beat my ass and have me lying to my homies telling them that I got jumped by like 6 people out of embarrassment, because I refuse to tell them that this is the dude that knocked the taste out of my mouth after seeing what type of timing he's on. Goku quickly realizes though that despite this guy going Toontown on him, he is the real deal and he might have to hurry up and take off the kid gloves or Frieza is going to make it to the local Namekians for that wish. While Goku's about to go to work, we see Vegeta flying as the bad vibes and mustiness he's giving off scares the local wildlife. Buddy is internally patting himself on the back as he makes his way to Krillin and Gohan, talking about how much of a genius he is for leaving Goku by his lonely to get manhandled by Ginyu and Jace so that he can follow Gohan and the monk to the Dragon Balls, wipe them off the map after they lead him to him, and then make his wish. I've never seen a grown man so proud of themselves, y'all. Namek Vegeta is pure jokes. Shortly after Vegeta's Cap compilation, we return to Goku and Captain Crunch, who are deciding that it may be time for the both of them to actually get serious about this fight. Ginyu lets Goku know that he's aware of his ability to raise and lower his combat ability at will, and lets Goku know that he's got the same ability. Then he fires off what the DBZ games would call a Milky Cannon, but what I'm just gonna call a standard energy wave. One thing I wonder was how the Budokai series decided to name this man's moves. They got this man out here firing off Milky Cannons and Parmesan showers. His whole move list has my stomach hurting, but I digress.
Editor here to quickly explain why Ginyu's moves are named after dairy products. It's because the Ginyu Force themselves are all named after dairy products. Ginyu means milk, Raccoon means cream, Berta means butter, Jace means cheese, and Golda means yogurt. Hence why all his moves are named after dairy products.
Ginyu fires off his cannon and Goku dodges. The two then exchange blows for a quick minute until Goku ascends into the air. It's at this time that Australia's greatest shame, Jace, fires off a blast that catches Goku off guard, allowing Ginyu to take this opening and put Goku in a half Nelson. Jace starts gleefully shouting to the captain that they did it and the captain should blow the Saiyan's back out pronto. To everyone's surprise, Ginyu lets Goku go and tells Jace that the only one who's gonna get their back blown out is him if he ever decides to interfere with his fight without permission. Jace says, oh, okay, say less, and sits on the sideline like a scolded dog from this point on. Ginyu tells Goku that he knows that he has been holding back his power, likely in an effort to conceal his ability from Lord Frieza. But Goku needs to realize that if he does not start powering up now, he's not gonna live to see that man in person regardless. Goku stares at the purple menace, is like, damn, you low-key right, and starts powering up, showing Ginyu a glimpse of his real ability. Jace and Ginyu stare in awe as Goku's combat ability soars past 100,000, and they realize just how hopeless this battle actually was the whole time. Then they start popping off about how Goku is the legendary Legendary Super Saiyan, the only thing that Frieza-sama has ever feared. Goku says that this is the second time he's heard about this nonsense. He doesn't know what the hell they're on about, but he's gonna give Ginyu one last chance to get his zesty bloomers off Namekian soil before things start to get real critical. Ginyu's like, alright bro, I gotta admit, you kinda nice, but seeing your full power is exactly what I've been waiting for this whole time. Ginyu then cuts a devilish grin before the scene moves to the Namekians preparing for the arrival of the evil Frieza to Guru's hideout. The Guru draws out Dende's latent ability and has him hightail it to the Earthlings, who now appear as though they might be Namek's last hope to survive Frieza's onslaught. Frieza hits the ground at the Guru's place, steps out of his Segway, and is greeted by Nail. Frieza tells him that he's here for the Dragon Balls, and Nail tells him, sorry buddy, I can't hear you over the sound of this ass whooping you're about to get, and we don't hand over the Dragon Balls to genocidal maniacs around these parts. Nail also lets Short Stack know that the Guru is the one who's the creator of the Namekian Dragon Balls, so if Frieza tries any funny business with the Elder, his hopes of making a wish are as good as finished. A curious Frieza blows open the roof housing the Elder Namekian to confirm the truth of Nail's words. The Guru also states that he will not be telling Frieza a thing, and that he should be careful about talking spicy to Nail, because out of all the hitters they have on the planet, Nail's that guy. Nail tells Frieza that they need to take the fight elsewhere to avoid damaging the Elder. Frieza in all his devilish ways tells Nail that the fight really ain't about to last that long, so he sees no point, but he'll play along for a bit. Eventually, Frieza grows tired of Nail stalling and tells him that right here looks like a fitting grave for him, and the two touch the dirt. Now, something worth commenting on right here is in the manga version, Nail and Frieza get right to throwing them ones, but in the anime, during this time, 3 random-ass jobber Namekians come out the cut and surround Frieza, telling them they don't like his kind around here. Nail prays to Porunga for these chuckleheads to leave, but they insist on staying, telling Nail that he's a glory hog and only wants the accolades for taking down Frieza for himself. Before Nail can even tell these fellas to skedaddle, Frieza sucks him up, pause, in this crazy ass whirlwind technique, and then shoots out some weird ass pink psycho energy into it like he's M. Bison, and folds these boys up quicker than fresh laundry and sends them packing faster than they arrived on the scene. My favorite part of this though is how every time Frieza asks one of the Namekians the password to activate the Dragon Balls, each of them fellows go no habla inglés and start acting like they're deaf faster than homie can get the question out. I need a squad in my life half as real as these Namekians, boy. No matter how outclassed they were, each of these dudes were down for the cause. Now the anime version of this fight gets drawn out mad long for no reason. If I'ma keep it a buck, not to mention how weird the actual fight is in the anime, Nail and Frieza just spend hella time chopping it up and looking at each other crazy for zero purpose. But the part that had me shook the most was when Nail pulls up on Frieza, then Frieza literally two-hand taps Buddy's torso. All of a sudden, dude's whole chest cavity starts expanding and swelling up like he just got the craziest boob job of the century before he deflates again and goes flying across the dirt like a pop balloon. I was speechless, y'all, because in the manga canon version of the fight, these two fellas just go straight to work. Nail pulls off his overcoat and begins key charging. Frieza comments on Nail's power level, admitting that it's well above the other Namekians, but is absolutely eclipsed by what he's capable of, and he would do well to end the whole charade now. Frieza tells Nail that he'll even only use a single hand to level the playing field, as this should help make things more interesting. Nail, getting real sick of the dwarf's lives, charges in and lands a direct karate chop on Frieza's neck. Why everybody in this arc's go-to move is the neck chop is beyond me, but that's besides the point. The attack lands and it does absolutely zero work. Frieza's quick to let Nail know this too, and using only his left arm, pulls the dude's entire arm off up to the damn forearm and elbows him in the gut for good measure, just to remind him to never try that nonsense again. But in the flash, Nail quickly regenerates the arm and is ready for round 2. Frieza peeped this and is low-key impressed, but comments on how pulling that maneuver off has left a big dent in Nail's energy level, and a fight that was already impossible before just became even more unlikely. Nail puts the Dukes back up though, determined to hold off this demon for as long as he can while Dende makes his way to the humans. Finally getting around to reading the series, it's so crazy learning what is originally part of Toriyama's vision versus anime-only extras. And it's not like I'm even hating on the anime-only stuff. It's just wild how much faster things move in the original story, as well as realizing all the dialogue that got changed, making Goku out to be more of a heroic figure when in reality, dude is just low-key an alien that really likes to throw hands and isn't concerned about being a savior. After Nail gives Frieza a hand, we then return to Ginyu, who's still riding Goku's nuts about his power level. Goku's like, yeah bro, I know I can wash you, so why are you smiling like that? Buddy then has Jace hold his beer and inflicts an absolutely life-altering injury to his own ribcage. Goku's reaction to this had me so weak, because he just starts staring at Ginyu like, hey yo, this man is bugging. When you do something so wild that you leave Goku of all people speechless, you know you're cooking up something absolutely crazy. Before Goku can decide whether he wants to run from this man or not, Ginyu spreads his arm and shoots his milky beam directly into Goku's mouth. The two share an intimate moment for a second, staring into each other's eyes until Ginyu finishes and releases. Moments after, we hear Goku's voice, but something's off. It takes little bro a minute until he realizes that he's purple and is now staring across the field at himself like that one Spider-Man meme. Goku's mad confused at this point, asking, hold up, I know them Senzus be hitting, but I must be bugging right now. Ginyu tells Goku that he better get a grip and look after that nasty wound he's got, because he has to make it back to Lord Frieza, who probably got that Wi-Fi password from the Namekians and is ready to make that wish. Goku can't believe that he really just got finessed for his whole entire body. Dude starts thinking about what Ginyu's gonna do to Krillin and Gohan once he rolls up on him with his body, but not only that, this dude starts thinking about what his wife's gonna do when he rolls up to their marital home with some horns and a purple pipe. As Goku slowly comes to grips with the fact that he will be getting no cheeks for the remainder of his life, we return to Bulma's hideout where Krillin and Gohan just busted in and needed the dragon radar. Bulma's pissed, asking where the hell these two Smurfs have been the whole time. She saw all 7 balls together ages ago and assumed that they made the wish and it was time for them to get off the planet. While Krillin gets heated at the fact that him and Gohan just barely survived getting clapped by Rain Man, Gohan low-key ignores her, peeps the radar and tells Krillin he found the ball's location and they need to be out ASAP. Before Gohan leaves though, he lets Bulma know that his pop touched down on the planet. Bulma asks if homie's looking stronger than before and Gohan gives the green light before scooting out. Moments after, we see Bulma looking out to the Namekian landscape, thinking about how strong Goku has become after all this time and all the years she has wasted being on and off with Yamcha, as she silently wonders if she may have fumbled the bag immensely. To be real with y'all, it's hard to even say because I can't lie. Toriyama made Dragon Ball mirror real life to a T, because it's always the independent baddies that end up with absolute bums, and both Goku and Vegeta are scrub tier partners if I've ever seen it. The Saiyan bedroom game gotta be crazy to make up for how low-key worthless these two dudes are outside of fighting, because they ain't bringing nothing else to the table. As Bulma contemplates her midlife crisis, we return to Frieza's ship where Vegeta's getting mad comfy, changing his clothes and lounging around the place like he's paying bills around there. He decides to suppress the energy from Gohan and Krillin while he lies in wait for them to summon the dragon so he can murk him and make the wish for himself. Right on cue, Larry and Curly show up and use the dragon radar to dig up the balls. They briefly think about all the ass beatings they took to get to this point, then Krillin raises his hands and uses the dragon invocation they use on Earth to summon the dragon. They wait a few seconds in anticipation, but nothing happens. The two then panic as they start to realize that the way you summon the dragon on Namek may be different from how it is on Earth. But before they can contemplate a new plan, they feel 2 evil energy readings heading directly towards them. Gohan and Chrome don't prepare to hide, but they stop in their tracks when they realize that one of the energy readings they picked up appears to be none other than Big Papi himself, son Goku. Krillin, like the absolute mark he is, comes out of the wood ready to dab Goku up, completely going against his instincts a moment ago that the energy felt off. Dude starts cooking up Jace, asking if little bro decided to switch sides after he ran Grimace through the mud earlier. Jace is ready to knock dude's head off, but Ginyu asks how they knew about the balls and if they made their wish. Krillin asks Goku if he suffered a concussion from the fight with Ginyu and reminds him of the dragon radar, but tells him that they had no luck summoning the dragon and that the invocation may be different from what it is on Earth. Krillin moves in closer, asking Goku why the hell he's wearing one of those weird energy reading devices, and Ginyu Rot uses this moment to slap Krillin across the field for acting too familiar. Gohan then screams out the cue ball that whoever that is absolutely not his pops and that the energy is all off. Ginyu realizes the jig is up at this point and declares to them all that he performed a body change with Goku and he plans to use his power level of almost 200k to put their heads on a shish kebab to give to Frieza. Vegeta watches from the sidelines as Captain Goku tries out his new body and attempts to beat the brakes off these two Earthlings, thinking to himself how no matter what's happening right now, that is still Kakarot's body and he doesn't have time for those kind of headaches right now. As Gohan and Ginyu attempt to fend off Captain Kakarot, Purple Goku floats his half-dead self into the frame and yells out to Gohan and Krillin to piece him up like they never met him before, and that even though it's his body, they can take him. Goku points out that experiencing the body change has taught him that just because they switch does not mean they have full control over the new body, and that he's willing to put money on the fact that Ginyu's mind-body connection is so out of whack that he couldn't even draw out half his body's power. Ginyu tells Goku to shut his purple ass up and watch him cook as he begins ki charging. As he finishes, he asks Jace to tell everyone everyone what the reading is, and he's told that it's only 23k. Krillin hears this like, oh damn, this might be my only chance of my life to run Goku's fade, and nails Ginyu in the back of the head and knocks him off balance. Krillin tells Gohan to square up and to harness the rage he felt from each and every ass whooping he took waiting for Goku to show up on the battlefield to save the day. Then who should show up out of the cut but the Prince of all sneak attacks, Vegeta, who now decides that it's time to put the moves on Jace while the math is mathing and he's fresh off his Zenkai boost. And right here, homies, is where we're gonna call it. Talk to me about Lord Ginyu. I can't even properly put into words how stressed out this part of the story had me as a kid. I remember watching the anime when I was younger and really thinking that Goku was gonna be purple and half naked for the rest of the series, and I almost quit watching altogether. And the pacing of the anime being so slow and dragging the section out for episode on episode made the whole thing feel that much more hopeless. Come hang out with me next time as we peep the battle royale where things start to get a little froggy between the Z Warriors and the last remaining members of the Ginyu Force in a final showdown you're not gonna want to miss. Be easy everyone, and I'll talk to you in the next video.